Good evening, folks. Hello to everybody here this evening. In particular, we have the crazy moth-shaped cabbage. I mean, watermelon. Welcome back. It's been a while. We got Durshep and Kalzamar, Oak Tree. Optimistic Pessimist is here as well. And Hazard 151. Hello. Watermelon is no leaf ball. Leaf ball crunchy like watermelon. Hey there, Kyoko Disaster. Welcome. We have Sneculent as well. Welcome. And Inga Raymond is here. Are you guys telling me you're not all, like, busy playing Hytale right now? It's all the rage. Everyone's streaming it. Oh no, Dad joked. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter? An irrelevant. Oh. Durshep is tempted to try Hytale. It looks cute. It looks a little bit. It looks a little bit too far on the side of the other block game for me, but no. We'll see. Yeah, it's also another early access block game. Like, you know, like I need another one of those, right? Am I gonna try Hytale, Kura? A definite maybe. I don't know that I'll stream it or record or anything. At least the first time I ever try it. I probably should, but everyone else is doing that too, and I just don't have the time. I'd have to replace a regular stream with that. But I did have time to discover that I was being a complete noob about OBS and Linux, and even without lifting a finger outside a vintage story, I can bring all of you into the game now. Yeah, I apparently just searched the not quite exactly right words the last 6 times I tried finding out how to, you know, get hotkeys to work. Yeah, that's all I can say. That because it's not a new plugin. I mean, it's been around for this little while. So yeah, oops. Anyway, my fellow Hytale lovers, I mean Seraphs, let's get to it and get some chores done. Today, on today's menu, we are not ordering a la carte. You get the full course, and that's that. And that is going to be making trunks. Actually, you know, we can actually mark these off. So done. We need to do some planters. 8 blue clay planters, 24 red clay planters, and then do 3, and it might actually be 4 separate clay firings. I was looking at the wiki entry on the beehive kiln, and I don't know, we have enough. It's weird. It's starting to look wonderful. Well, thank you, Kyoko Disaster. You insist that you're a melon of watery sweetness. Yeah, I've had many watermelon that was tasteless, bland, even bitter. How do I know you're sweet without taking a bite? Oh, the other thing I noticed, so if you might recall, last stream we had a crash right at the beginning when I was going down this ladder here, and after the stream I looked in the crash log, and unfortunately it was indeed the toggle sneak that was crashing. So I have now removed it, and I must now exercise my pinky a lot. So I'm sure I'll probably end up dying because of that, because I'll forget and wander off an edge somewhere. Hey there, Ryan Richardson. Welcome. Let's get some clay. Yeah, so I want to take a look again here at planter. Let's see. What do they call them? Clay vessel, ceramic planter. Let's do that. Ceramic planter. That doesn't have the word ceramic in it, but okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different colors from... So 1 blue, 1 red, 2 blue, 3 blue. So 3 blue, 4 red, and then we have fire clay, which turns into fire clay ceramic planter. Why didn't you show up when I searched that? Oh, because I was scrolled. Oh, that's weird. Dark brown. Firing and kiln. Okay. Oh boy. So I think we need to make a couple more planters, or better yet, what we could do is we're making 24 of these. Rather than doing 3 firings of 8, we could do 4 firings of 6. I think that's kind of what I want to do, because I don't need 60 planters, but we're going to make 60 planters, apparently. That's what was decided. I don't know who decided it. It wasn't me, definitely. Nope. Not me. But we have clay forming to do tonight, guys, and then firing clay. I think while it's firing, we'll engage in some other local chores, because we have found out that leaving the area while running the pit kiln, or not the pit kiln, the beehive kiln, can cause problems. Namely, the kiln just burns things but doesn't actually cook anything. I don't know why, but I'm getting a little bit of jitter over here. Hope you guys aren't seeing that on your end. A tree gamer has huge pinkies. Oh, great! I hear a shiver. We're gonna go ahead and sleep, and we'll have to go and do some cleanup out in the desert. Hello there, Regristy. Will you start a new world 1.20 when 1.22 gets released? Really? Really? I'm trying to sleep here. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he sees me. Goodness, that is ridiculous. The weirdest part was like how like how they're taking so little damage though. Also strange. Alright, we're gonna run back because I actually forgot to get more pie. And I forgot that our pie is now back at the other base, so back we go. They got the arms and the aim. Alright, so, on the 1.22 question, I'm not starting one immediately. Well, it really depends, the timing. We will be starting a 1.22 world at some point in the future. The question is going to be when, because I want to turn that into a guide series. Fresh for one day. Oh, goody. You know, we're going to bring these with us, and we'll just stick them down in the cellar. So, yeah, the answer is yes, eventually, but it's all going to come down to where we are in this world when that happens. So there's a chance that it might not happen immediately. In fact, I think there's probably a pretty good chance. I can do this stuff here. I don't need any of this junk. Orange tree cutting, you get out of here. Get. Okay. Good enough. So I could also take a bite. On the way. Oh, you know, I'm gonna leave the orange trees here. Because we'll have to replace some of these here and there on occasion. So you can stay here. And I guess you stay, you stay. Alright, we're good. back to clay forming. At long last. You're looking forward to me starting a new world? Yeah, so we also will be upgrading this world once the game... well, again, it depends. Assuming we're still in this world when that happens, we will upgrade this world to 1.22 and continue playing once all of the potentially game-breaking mods update along with it. So as long as the game runs, we'll update this world. I don't really think that we will be done with this world by the time 1.22 comes out. It would be nice if that timing worked out, but we have work ahead of us. For sure. I should hire a security consultant. I should just build higher walls. That would fix so many problems. Actually, what would fix the problem would be getting rid of some of the extra, like, walkable areas out here. They keep coming out here and, like, walking on top of that log and shooting me. I guess I could also just put up an extra little bit of fence in the window there. Oh, that arrow. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to finish up this set of planters. I don't recall if we've started any red planters yet. I think we may have done one set. That could have been the fire clay. But we need to fire... like, we should just go ahead and fire one set while we're working on the rest of them, just so we don't waste more time than, you know, sitting around doing nothing. Or in this case, most likely sitting around and doing some smithing. We have a lot of blister steel to work on, and I think it's probably about time that we consider building the set of steel plate armor that I've been threatening for a little while now. I would like that so we can go to some of the most dangerous areas and places. In particular, some of the more dangerous, better ruins. That'll give us a bit more protection than the meteoric iron set we have. How's everybody else tonight? Did any of you have to wrench your eyes away from Hytale? I did watch a teeny tiny bit of Waddles playing it. He streamed it like last night, and he spent like 45 hours on just the character creation screen, which is like, come on, dude, let's move it along. Oops. Oh, wait, I can do that. The wrong thing. There we go. I didn't get to see much gameplay, but I mean, it looks familiar. It looks very familiar, you know, very Other Block gamey. You know, similar progression where you can make, you know, stone tools much more easily than in, we'll say, this game. But it does look like, unlike the Other Block game, you do need to have like plant fibers to tie your tool heads to your shafts. Oh, it changed modes because I switched stacks by accident. Okay, that's what happened. What's the strongest metal in the game you can forge with? Right now, it's steel. Titanium exists in the game, but only in the form of ilmenite, which is an ore, and it's only used for making fire clay bricks. There's some speculation that there might be titanium steel coming for certain things at some point. Although my understanding of titanium steel in real life is that it's kind of terrible for like weapons and armor, like you know, medieval style weapons and armor, because I think it's brittle. Is that what it is? I'm pretty sure it's kind of brittle. Like it's very, very, very hard, but you know, if let's say you're hitting somebody, you know, with a sword and you hit their armor, you're more likely to snap your sword than for it to bend or even to just flex temporarily. There might be Nickelback steel that repels hipsters. The keeper Nickelback. That's funny. Kurazet is not a fan of Creed. And so every now and then I put on a Creed voice and sing to her in it. Chase her around the house. Oh man. I won't subject you guys to that. Titanium is strong for its weight, not strong overall. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching Alex Steele do a lot of titanium forging, and like it looks like it's, you know, it'll hold an edge fine, but like you know, because you can make knives and things out of it, but you wouldn't want to make a sword out of it because again, it'll just break rather than bend. It's very flammable. Oh yeah, when you're machining it, yeah, the sparks are pretty flammable. Yeah, Alex Steele's been doing titanium Damascus and then using etching agents to bring out some really wild colors. Like where he made like a knife that had sort of like a tiger stripe pattern, only it was like orange and blue. It was really crazy stuff. Alright, so let's put the clay away before someone gets hurt. Red clay, can I put you in here now? No. Oh, come on. There we go. I want to see if we have any red. Oh, I should take this with me. I want to see if we have any red planters done already. And I do think we are done. Yeah, with the dot. Okay, I do think we're done making nails and strips, or strips and nails, whichever it is. I'm not going to worry about those too much. Alright, so we'll do one set of red clay planters, and then we'll move on to firing, and then more planters. Something like that should do. Nope. It's weird. I'm getting weird frame rate jumps, or frame time spikes here that I'm not getting over the temple. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. You. Tungsten and steel. It would be for tools and special uses. Yeah. Oh, did I? Oh, this is a clay form. Okay. I want you. Gonna do a bit of this. Boink. There we go. That's better. Clay planter. Tungsten would be interesting as a hammer impact weapon material. Okay. I always find it interesting the reasons why periodic elements get their symbols and things. Like, tungsten is W. Why is it W? Well, it's come Wolfram. It comes from Wolfram, which is the German word for tungsten. That's why we have Wolframite, which is a tungsten ore. And then that got me at one point wondering why in German. I think I brought this up the other day. In German, nitrogen is Stickstoff. So you got Oxygen is Sauerstoff. You've got carbon, Kohlenstoff, or the Kohlenstoff, I forget, one of the two. Hydrogen is Wasserstoff. And those will make sense, you know. Oxygen, oxygen is called Sauerstoff because it's reactive. And at the time it was named, it was believed that oxygen was what made things acidic. Because Säure is acid in German. And so I was like, but Stickstoff. So I had to look it up the other day while I was, I think I was in bed. Like, it was bothering me and I couldn't sleep. I was like, why is it called Stickstoff? And I was thinking, like, you know, nitrogen's used to make sticks. But I'm like, but the German word for stick isn't stick. So turns out it comes from basically they call it Stickstoff, which means essentially like suffocation hazard. And because if you breathe pure nitrogen, you suffocate and die. Well, you actually asphyxiate, but that's different. It was just very, very weird. Have you seen the chemical name for the protein Titan? No. Is it wild and crazy? Does it spell a funny word? You're a German shepherd named the or der in German, the Shep. Der Shep. Der Shep. In my search for Stickstoff, I also came across some other things about, you know, like, you know, why does German seem like it's you know, so intent on being so literal with the element names. And they went to point out that, like, the words hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and so on, they're basically all like the Latin words for the exact same thing. Oh, it is the same thing. We just don't understand it because, you know, we grew up calling it hydrogen, but we don't call water, you know, hydro. The chemical name is 42 pages long. Not sure I believe that. Oop, alright, so time to copy. Chemical names are the same in Dutch as they are in German. Very little and descriptive. Look it up. You have to remind me over on Discord or something. Let's do that. Shifting topics. Our D&D group hasn't played D&D in several weeks, mostly because of the holidays and people were getting sick and so on. So we finally got back to it last night, and we're on this island where some Cthulhuian, Lovecraftian process is resetting this island every day. Anything you've eaten comes back. Any spells you cast come back. In fact, we even appear on the island at the exact same time every day that we arrived the first time. Now, time flows normally outside the island, and if you're on the island, like, it's days still progress. Like, you still get older, basically. But, like, aside from that, everything is just the same every day. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And we very nearly did. Like, we actually largely know what's causing it at this point, which is a sacrifice going on in this place. But part of the issue is that we're trying to breach the island's defenses and let our kingdom's navy in. Now it's not our kingdom. We just happen to live there. And for that, we got to fight a kraken. And they're pretty dangerous. but I don't think anyone quite understands how perfect of a Kraken killer my character happens to be. We're like, let's kill the Kraken. They're like, can we do it? I'm like, I don't think we can't do it. Time loop, but not a time loop? Exactly, yeah. It almost feels like some kind of mental control or compulsion that's forcing everybody on the island to like take time and actually go reset everything manually. That's actually what my suspicion is. I can't prove it yet, but that's what it feels like, especially given that it was described as we were sort of compelled into the next day. Oh yeah, so my character is a ranger who specializes in fighting aberrations. What is a Kraken? Aberration. I have a bow that does a lot of extra damage to, checks notes, aberrations. I don't know if our DM knew that or not when he was making this, but it's. I hesitate to think about how badly this thing might get walloped. All right, so 54. I was looking at the ratio of, not the ratio, but the amount of fuel needed for this. And I think it should be 54. So one firing, it should be 9 stacks of 6 here. So we're going to give it a whirl. I'm also going to, yeah, we'll do 6 at a time. I'm not sure why I made 8, I guess. And I'm going to put, I don't know how many I don't know how many doors need to be open or closed for the fire clay planter to actually bake. So I'm going to put in whatever I can in here. So we're going to do 6 and 6. And then I'll fill the rest with these guys and see, oops, what I can do with that. Tier 2, all right. So need some shelving as well. Shelving is welding. Six. Oh, you know what? I might need to do the thing that I said I didn't want to do, which is I put you. I have to jump and look at the top of the block. Wonderful. Hang on, I'm gonna push this around. I think I can put a shelf in the middle. I think that's legal. Guess I'll find out. Let me get these in here before I, like, block myself in or out. Alright, so you and you and you. And I can do that, that. And then I guess the question's going to be, I guess I can't really fill this one unless I also tear apart the rest of the, okay, the rest of the kiln here, can I? I'll just do like 5. Oh shit, that scared me. Jumpy. Oh, right, okay. Alright, so we're going to start with 0 doors open. That should mean the lowest oxygen flow and the lightest bake. Climb on top of the kiln. For fire clay, it makes no difference the number of open doors. It always comes out the same. Okay, cool. Cool. So I can do these here and then proceed to do the rest of them in a later bake. That's fine. So I could jump on top and try to aim through the chimney. That's fine, but since we don't really need to, I'm not going to bother with that. So 6 brown coal in each lot. Okay. And let's give it some fire. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. And away we go. Fire clay cares not for your silly air circulation levels. Duly noted. Alright, let's, that one's already done, and then that should be you. And probably hot enough to kill me. So it receives heat, firing for 40.25 hours. Okay. It's changing. It's going up. Okay. I don't understand it, but you know what? You do you. Just you do you. Yeah, man. It's like when in D&D you got deafened and unable to hear its song. You saw it. Ah, you were doing a false Hydra, huh? I loved running a false Hydra campaign or adventure. It was a lot of fun. For those of you who don't know, false Hydra is it was a creature introduced as like a here's a fun idea in a blog called Goblin Punch a few years ago, and a few years ago it was probably close to like a decade almost at this point. Whoops, nope, come back. And it's a creature that like basically it hides typically underground, like in a sewer or something, and it has these long heads starting with one head that it sort of sneaks deep out of the ground and high into the air, and it sings this song. I use the term song loosely. The song is basically just a mind control thing that causes anybody to hear it to not perceive the false Hydra or anything that it does, and can cause people to forget. Like if someone gets killed by the false Hydra, everyone forgets that they ever existed. And I had a lot of fun with that. The party had to like investigate. So there was a school for the deaf that their church ran, because we have two party members who are part of the church, COB, which is the God of Knowledge. And they're like, hey, there's this like building on the books, a school for the deaf, but like nobody knows where it came from or why, but like apparently we've been funneling money into it for, decades now. Can you guys go investigate? They're like, oh yeah, sure. And they go, and there's nothing to see there. Until a ghost comes and kind of clues them in that something died here. And they see evidence of some kind of break-in. Maybe it was some kind of sewer monster. But they don't really get very far with that. And of course, the whole point of this is you're supposed to drop them clues and drive the players crazy. Like the players, not the characters. Drive your actual players crazy for a good number of sessions before they finally figure out what's going on. So I did a lot of the classic things, like they investigate a woman who's like distraught because she woke up one morning and found that like she was wearing a wedding ring, and there's someone else's clothes in her closet. And why does she have a double bed all of a sudden? Like, I was never married. Well, she was just, not anymore. And I had like the rest of the party started going a little crazy too, where like they'd wake up and they'd find like messages scratched into their own chests and like skin and under their fingernails from having scratched themselves, and they don't remember doing it because the sleeping mind is aware of what the waking mind is not. And then finally at the very end, when they were able to track this beast down, it was because they had a bard friend from, I think, an earlier adventure. And they realized, they started putting pieces together like, oh wait, people who can't hear are being targeted. Why is that? And so they talked to their bard friend, who was like, well, there are things, there are effects that only affect the hearing. Some spells that the party can cast even. And they're like, maybe can you like do something? And he's like, I don't know, maybe we can do a silence effect. So the party casts silence, and all of a sudden they see like carnage at the city. Like it goes from, it was very much a, what was the game called? We Happy Few. You take your joy, your pills, and everything looks hunky dory. And as your medicine wears off, you see the city for how it really is, and it's like dark and dingy and dismal, and there's like beggars in the streets who may not be alive. It was really wild. But yeah, they finally fought this beast, and when they beat it, they were going through the like belongings of the people this thing had eaten, and in it they found a letter and a drawing from someone whose name they hadn't heard of before, and in real life this is an NPC that I made up specifically to mess with the party, and it was like basically some sixth party member who's never been with the party, saying like, "Hey guys, to all the fun times we've had and all the love we've shared and the adventures, to many more years of us being best pals." It was like a drawing of the party plus this other person that they'd have no clue who he is and no way to ever remember it. It was fun. Hey there, Liara. 728. Such a twisted monster, especially if they have dreams that feel like a bit too realistic. Yeah, it is a great monster. And also, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. It was sad because you had roleplay, you had all this gear, but no idea who gave it to you. Oh man, that's rough. I would kind of like to revisit it because since we were level like 3 or 4, I want to say when I ran that, I really had to sort of dumb down some of the ideas so that I could frame it in ways that our party would be able to actually deal with using the abilities that they had at the time. I think we're 4. So like there was a description of how when a false hydra is left unchecked for long enough, it grows more heads as it eats, and when it gets big enough, it often like drops the subtlety, and it just starts like outright dominating people and having them do its bidding, and like that's when villages get really weird. And I didn't get to really explore that, and I might do that sometime. And I think that's probably the only way to really be able to get the same group of players with a false hydra twice. Like, I feel like it's such a unique experience, and there are so many indicators of what's going on. Of like, you don't remember you're watching a cat in the alleyway, and all of a sudden the cat hisses, and then the cat's what cat? There was never a cat. Like, you can only do that with a party of people once before they remember, that trick that you did that one time. And so I feel like in order to hit a party with the false hydra a second time, you would need to advance to like the second stage of the false hydra, where it gets big enough where it can just drop all pretense and just be this giant fat monster eating people. The second that animals run into it, it's truly evil. What pumpkin? Yeah, that's one of those adventures where my players, especially our paladin player, it really profoundly affected him. And every now and then, our party will stop and be like, "The problems we're having, could they be caused by a false hydra?" And our paladin player professes to not trust any of us, narratively speaking. He also got a little bit burned because we had a whole adventure where his character's love interest, who's an elf woman, who is very much interested in him, and his whole thing. We sort of match made the two of them on purpose because it was funny, and then it became a real thing. But we ended up in a situation where there was this sort of mirror realm that was invading the material plane, and these mirror creatures were abducting people, and we didn't know what they were doing with them. And it turned out that the mirror people weren't actually bad. They were being like forced to do stuff by some of the same Lovecraftian things that we're dealing with today, or rather yesterday. And this mirror realm would, when you went into it, it would create a mirror version of you. So if you're right-handed, it was left-handed. If you were good, your mirror was evil. But the mirror versions of you all had one task, and it was to destroy the original and replace it. And at that point, the mirror version could then become the original and leave the mirror realm, but still the opposite version. And there was a situation where our paladin's love interest gets captured by the mirror creatures, thereby generating an evil version of her. And the evil version finds her and kills her, and then replaces her and comes back to the material realm and starts messing with us. And finally, we figure out what happened, and we're like, okay, we need to somehow trick this evil version into going into the mirror realm. Then we got to find the real, or the newly made good version, and get her to, snicker snack the evil one. Yes, because part of the thing was that you, in order to supplant the original, the new version had to kill the original itself. It couldn't be like an assist. So, long story short, our plan worked, and we now had a good version of our paladin's love interest once again. Only, like, she had so messed up mentally and emotionally because now she had the memories. Because the thing was, you kept the memories of whatever version stepped in is the memories that the new one starts with. So the new good version had memories of gleefully killing her original self, and then her own memories of reluctantly killing the evil version of herself. It's just like, oh my goodness, it was so messed up. You had a note taker in your group and was going crazy with the false Hydra. He was also the first to be taken out. Oof, ouch. Sounds like a fun way to dispose of big bads. Making them into big goods. I think my favorite part of DMing in general is that, like, once you mess with a group long enough, they kind of they stop trusting, like, everything they come across, because they stop trusting you narratively. Not like seriously stop trusting, but like in a way of like they're always looking for the hook and looking for the evil thing that's going to jump out of them. So it's really fun to have a session or two or even three, depending on what you're doing and how long it takes, where nothing bad actually happens. Like where you're purposely not setting up the party to gain any information about the new adventure, but giving your party a chance to unwind. And it's so funny because even when you're like actively giving the party a chance to just chill, they never do. Ever. So if the memories start with the mirror one, did the new good one not have the paladin? No, the memories, like the evil version of the love interest had all the memories of the very original. We never really had to deal with sorting out whether the evil version still loved the paladin or not, because we like, she was kind of focused on messing with the rest of the party, so we just didn't, like, they didn't go on any picnic dates or anything. So it was, yeah, it was fairly straightforward that the new good one still loved the paladin because she still had all her memories from the evil one and her original body. Oh, she also had memories of being killed while watching the gleeful evil one kill her. And memories of being killed while the reluctant one herself killed the evil one. Wait, no. She didn't have that because once the evil one died, the memories didn't pass on. That's right. So, only 3 traumatic experiences for from multiple angles. It was a wild thing, a wild adventure. So this was our 3rd batch of red clay, so we're done with this. Oh my goodness. Oh, clay forming. You so silly. I want to put the red clay. Oh, come on. Here we go. I'll take a couple of you. Do a midnight munchie. Alright. It's even better when you give them those breather episodes and do secret rolls once in a while. We do play digitally, so secret rolls don't really work. Like, I can't, like, roll a die and have them hear it clatter across my desk. Ooh, nice red glow. We have 2... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand it. I'm gonna come back when it... I don't know, in the morning. I don't know. Does anybody know, is it safe to sleep? 'Cause I know if we leave the area, it tends to make these things go haywire. But is it safe to sleep while you're in the same area and have it progress time? You need a better microphone? Well, no, because we use voice isolation so that we don't hear stuff. People sneezing and chairs creaking and stuff. Sleeping is fine. Should be safe? Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do then. Boop. And I will hydrate while we're sleeping. Oops, stepped in. I was too busy drinking water to notice. Get to remember being unalived by yourself and remember doing the unaliving. Yeah, and enjoying being the one doing it as the extra creepy part. Sleeping while hydrating sounds unsafe. That's all done. Ready to be fired. Progress and proceed. Okay. I'm just going to open this and take a peek. Yeah, they're done. Yeesh. I'm assuming I need tongs to handle these. Go ahead and get that. No, they were cold. Sure, Hazard. I believe you. That's why I look at it and it says 599 degrees Celsius. If I walk in here, it doesn't hurt. Okay, good. Alright, so the fire clay and the tan are functionally identical, pretty much. I mean, there's a little difference, but not a whole lot. Okay. Oops. No. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do this to me. Oh, what's up? Stack, please. Oh, well, you can't stack. You're not the same kind. Whoops. Get rid of you guys off the bar. Make room for all these hot things. Stack next time. So these are the cream. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to do, again, 6 of each of these here. Oh, right, and we do need to do 8 of these need to get burned to like as dark as we can make them, which might be better done in again pit kilns, but meh, whatever, man. All right, so 5, 6. Do 5, 6. I'm just gonna spread these out. Okay, so we'll take U6 and U6 and U4. Going to do the thing. Because one definitely should be jumping in a kiln like this to place pottery items. Yes. This makes sense to... Stop it. Makes sense to me. Alright, so we need to open one of these now. Let's do you. And we'll get our brown coal. And let's light it up. Hey there, mystery lady. Welcome. There we go. Feel free to look through the open hatch. Yeah, I think we did that last time, so it'll tell us when it's done. Alright, get that on my face. Lantern. Alright, so something that we haven't done in a while is tended these pigs. Okay, looks like they're ready for harvest. The parents would need to be dealt with first. Dealt with. But we don't have any salt, so we can't like slaughter them and save the meat. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just leave them for now. And that's fine. This adorably small herd of swine. I see we're doing pottery without the hairy. Indeed. Alright, so for now... Oh, let's go do the bees. Just the bees that are here. Which means I think we're going to need the scythe. Yeah, we're kind of low on iris. So, skithy. Grab some blue clay. I'm just going to grab the amount that we need. Go. Go. Let's go check our bees. Should wear armor. What, when killing the pigs? I mean, I am wearing armor, so... You just can't see it because of the vanity mod. We are wearing armor. We're wearing somewhat tattered armor, so I might fix that up a bit here. Bees are ready, because of course we spend... I don't harvest these nearly enough, honestly. It is too hot for the bees to fly. Okay, so... this might be our last harvest for the time being. What? Oh, because I had to pull the clay out to... Okay. Very cute. Very cute game. I just forgot that I need to harvest these first. Oh, wear armor for the bees, yeah. Your pancreas thinks if you're a caution. What of wearing armor? Oh, for not harvesting the bees more. I mean, to be fair, I have been mostly just dumping the honey out on the ground these days. I just don't put a bucket under the press. Harvest complete. Get some honeycomb out of this. 2, 3, 4. Just do all 80. I'll do the middle ones this time, why not? What I didn't realize is apparently the temperature being too hot for bees is actually not a vanilla thing, and I thought it was. It is specifically from Golden Combs, and it applies to all bees, not just the ones in the From Golden Combs hives. So, buyer beware. Modder beware. Those bees worked so hard for the honey. Yeah, I know. Poor bees. I'm making a sacrifice to the desert gods for a bountiful harvest. I don't know. Maybe your liver that cares about the stings. Alright, there we go. Oh. Got this guy to do as well. Where? Oh, right, okay. You're not even done. Alright, fine. Bye. Leave me alone. I don't want your cookies. Alright, so in you go. And press. Have you ever tried wildflower honey? Yeah, I've actually had a couple different kinds of honey. I have some friends, well, family friends, who have an orchard near where my parents live, and they got into beekeeping 15-ish years ago, and started selling honey at like ridiculously low prices because they're mostly just trying to get rid of the honey because they're doing it as like a hobby. So like we can get pretty cheap honey on the regs because they're like, we'll go to their house a couple times a year and they're like, hey, you guys need any honey? Or like, sure. How much you got? They're like, how much you want? It's that levels of, we have Curazar levels of just barrels of honey everywhere. Can you feed the honey mash to the pigs? You mean the beeswax? Oh, you mean like if I put it in and then take it back out? I don't know. Don't know. I'm not going to find out today. IRL pancreas destroying. Yeah, I generally do like wildflower honey. My favorite, though, was from this family that does the beekeeping. They had a spring honey harvest from when their, I think it was their orange trees specifically, were flowering. So orange, no, it was orange or maybe it was peaches. I forget, it was one of the two. But that honey was just amazing. It was so light, it literally tasted like flower nectar. It was wonderful. So, yep, would recommend if you know anybody who does beekeeping, get your honey from them. Is Saint Pancreas the patron saint of bees? So, how are we doing here? Fired for X number of hours. Okay. So I do wonder, like, are these considered fired, like, at the exact moment that these run out? Or how does that even work? Anyway, it is now 5:45. How long are we going to last here? 14 hours. Okay. Let's eat that. And let's go do a little bit of smithing. So we have 32 blister steel, to add to our 53 steel ingots to bring us to 85, which is just a bit over the finish line for making a set of armor and then having some left over. It's good they're doing beekeeping due to the decline. Yeah, I always find it so ridiculous that we have clear evidence showing that these chemicals are poisonous to bees and it makes them go crazy and die because not crazy, they like, it's a neurotoxin, I believe. And then we have these corporate interest groups that are like, but you don't have any specific studies of it happening in the wild. We're like, shouldn't need to. You're spraying fields with the stuff that kills bees. Well, yes, but what if it only kills bees in a controlled setting? What if it doesn't kill bees in the field? I'm just like, stop. Stop. There's a guy on YouTube that was doing a wild garden for some mason bees, and his neighbor poisoned his bees and killed them. He's suing her? Good. Absolutely good. Yeah, we've done a lot of trashing our world here. It's about time we stop. I found out something recently about plastic and why recycling plastic is like barely done anymore. Like our recycler used to take all kinds of plastic. Now they're like, we'll take like 2 of the 500 kinds of plastic we used to take. And turns out that the reason why plastic is so cheap is specifically that the precursors for plastic are so abundant, and they're what's the word? They're byproducts of primarily like fracking, and oil production, but fracking is the big one because ethane is a huge byproduct of fracking. And ethane is a precursor to polyethylene. And because of that, actually, I'll say, what happens is when they're fracking, the ethane comes out no matter what. Like, they can't stop it. And there's a limit to how much they're allowed to just let in the atmosphere, which is very low. There's a limit to how much they're allowed to flare, which means burn on site, to reduce the greenhouse impact. But those limits are low enough that they're left with an amount of ethane that leads it to be like $2 a barrel. So there's just so much of it that there's literally no market for recycled plastic because virgin plastic is 1/20th the cost. It's crazy. So we have some wind here. We can see how this goes. Yeah, no. We'll do this by hand. Take care, Crazy Watermelon. We'll see you soon, I hope. Don't bother with the smith. Hey there, Villiv2547. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the stream. Why are we leaving the desert? Isn't it harder? Not really, actually. The desert's pretty easy. Desert is a very forgiving place to live. We're living here because I wanted the aesthetic for it. I wanted to build a desert temple, and so we're here. The reality is that the desert, the mechanics that you would normally think about in a game and being in a desert in the game just don't exist in Vintage Story yet, if they're even going to. There's no dehydration. There's no consideration of like high body heat. There's low body heat, which is a problem. There's no high body heat debuff yet. And since you can move water with a bucket, hydrating your crops is as simple as, you know, dumping a bucket and making a, you know, an irrigation ditch or irrigation pool. And bingo bango, you got a desert farm that produces just as much as anything else in the south. And the weather's pretty stable, so as long as you're growing crops that can withstand the heat, they'll grow pretty much all year round. Especially with cows aplenty, yeah. Yeah, I think I do want to see a future version of this game where the desert is a challenge. At least a challenge that's doable. I wouldn't want it to be like an absolute, you know, grueling grind. But I think it'd be interesting if like maybe like farmland in the desert would, like, it didn't irrigate as well. And so you maybe needed like multiple water sources around each block in order to irrigate it fully. And even then, it would still max out at like 50%. I don't know, just spitballing here. Also, it's a little silly when like, I'm in the desert, but there's like fertile soil here and over here somewhere. It's like finding the resources is not a problem in the desert. Crocodiles in every pool of water. Yeah. As I understand, they're adding some southern climate or tropical climate creatures. I think crocs are one of them. Or so I've heard. Hey there, Emily Baxter. Welcome. Happy to catch the stream. Happy to have you here. A strong breeze is good. Light and gentle or not. Yeah, it's kind of been going back and forth between the two. So, I'll leave it. And doing these by hand are not a huge deal. Making plates, different story. Very different story. I forgot to set the next batch up for heating it. Hey, Benny Custom, welcome. Good to see you again. A rare chore stream for you. Tyron talked about the crocs in his last tour of the Rusty Gears. Ah, nice. Yeah, I thought I'd heard about that. There we go. The eerie red glow. Alright, let's put the fire away first. I can see the eerie red glow. That's pretty cool, I like that. Going to make a furred croc specifically to chase a certain Canadian vintage story player. That'd be great. The woolly crocodile. Sadly, they went extinct in the last ice age. I think woolly crocodile sounds like something you'd see in a like an Ark mod or something. Get it flashbacks to the Mo creatures for the other block game. The crocs were terrifying. Yeah, if anyone here has played Ark, the worst I think were the Caparosuchus, because they were little crocodiles that could jump like 30 feet in the air. It was ridiculous. And so you'd be like flying around like, I'm safe in the air because things can't catch me. All of a sudden, you're in the jaws of this dumb little crocodile and he's munching down pretty hard. And then like everything just dogpiles you. Would moose ride the crocs? Would crocs ride the moose? Well, it depends. If the moose is in water, it rides the croc. On land, the croc rides the moose. They both benefit. Symbiosis. Sim would make it a pet and call it George. Moose versus croc would be a tough fight. Getting kind of lucky on the layouts of some of these, like 5 whacks. Here we go, 5 again. I'll take it though. You played Ark, and when they jumped out of the water, they became a jump scare. You don't like them? Yeah. They're not even, like... I never found them to be that good. They're supposed to be pretty decent for, like, PvP, but I always played PvE with friends. And we never even beat the first island, or the first map of the island. We always just kind of got bored. And we couldn't always find all of the caves. And then when we did get to some of them, we were like, we gotta prep more. We go and get our butts kicked, and we were like, let's go prep more. I guess we'll just breed T-Rexes for 12 hours. No, I'm done. I had fun playing Ark, but it was like, I just don't want to play it again. They're a pretty big investment, time-wise. Alright, so those are all done. Give them the old 1-2 quench. But it really matters. Oops. There we go. I always thought it was cool that you could build bases on top of like Brontosaurus and the Quetzalcoatlus and the Mosasaur. I never caught a Mosasaur. But like once I did it, I was like, oh, this is pretty underwhelming. You can only build like 20 blocks on the back of each of them. Like, oh, okay. 20 blocks total. Not like tall or wide. Let's get a piece of pie. Then I think I'm done with pie. We're gonna put the rest up to rot. 13 hours. Yep. All right. So we're gonna have 2 bites of pie. 1, 2. Or not. There we go. We'll sleep. Says the Vintage Story player. Yeah, but I mean, like, Vintage Story, it's a lot less lethal, and things can't come and break your builds in Vintage Story the way that they can in Ark. Pie is $2.50 in Jamaica and $3 in the Bahamas. These are the pirates of the Caribbean. Ha ha ha! Good old dad joke. You like the Ragnarok map? Which one is that? Is that the Ragnarok? Oh, that's one of the 4th or 5th map that came out. Is that what it is? I watched Flinger Foo play a lot of it. You know, I'm gonna actually put this stack of coal in here so we don't like use it all. You did a pie joke after I ate some, yeah. Hey there, San Mazka. Welcome. Alright, so we have the Ramix. Hey, hey. Are they hot? Yes, still pretty hot. Whatever. Alright, so... Hello, my pretties. Hello, my pretties. There we go. And then... we get the next batch. Actually, first, we open the second door before I forget. Boop! There we go. Now, this time, we're just doing 6 and 6. I do wonder, though, if I should... That 8 might just be its own batch, I think. There we go. Oh, no, I need the coal that I just put away. Perfect. Does Nightbutt listen in on stream? You know some Twitch streamers that do that. What do you mean that it... Oh, you mean like AI listening? No, I don't think it does. Nightbot's pretty stupid. Which is fine by me. Yeah, you won't ever catch me using AI for pretty much anything that I do. It just makes me angry. So you'll never find me using it. It's just not going to happen. Stack, thank you. Oh, close the door. Shoot. There we go. They didn't spoil anything. Alright, so while we're here, let's go ahead and we're going to tear down these broken blocks. I didn't think to check. Oh, you just didn't give me any change. Okay, that's fine. We're tier 1 anyway, who cares? Right. Repair these guys, we'll prep the next firing. Did I already fix you or something? No, okay, just... These are full-size blocks here, okay. Seems to be fine. I don't think I checked under here. What do you look like? You're fine too, okay. Oh, missed one here. No, watermelon is back. Oh, it uses speech to text, not AI. I gotcha. Alrighty, so I think I still have... Yes. Get some mortar here, although I think... Yeah, we already have 7 of these. A few spares of these, and 1 of you. Man. 5 lost blocks. Wow. Lost this guy. Harsh. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to fire these unless we want to use our black coal, because we're we're getting pretty low on brown coal. And since we need to stay in the area here to make all of our... or to let all of our stuff cook in the kiln, I don't think we can effectively go and mine more coal right now. Although there is lignite in the area. That's tiny amounts. I'll just stand here in the storm and browse. We got quartz and coal here. What I don't know is this like a large vein we already mined? I know we mined some of this. I don't know we mined all of it. Brown coal, brown coal. So we could sneak down there and get that stuff. Red clay. Brown coal, brown coal. So that's going to be not for tonight since it is 9:49 p.m. So we're about 11 minutes out. Let's go ahead and we'll get this set up so we can fire it once we get some more coal. Actually, you know what we could do? Could fire up the old forge since we have a hurricane here. Let's put you in here. Boop, boop. Let's do it. Got plates to make, yo. Watch the storm die, yeah. Say hi to Tyler for you. Gillish, you make charcoal. Yuck. Yuck. Burning, no burning, okay. Let's move this guy. You intended a 30 watermelon? Oh, okay. Well, if it's in 10, we might catch him at the very tail end, but if it's in 30, watermelon's gonna be out of luck. so there's that. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add a couple pieces here. So that as we go through this, we can just toss more on. Well, I was a dummy and did not get food. So, we may have to, like, run real quick. And get some. Oh, no! Don't do that! No! Oh, no! Oh, me. You fool. You useless fool, Kurazar. Alright. Ah. I misclicked. Hey there, Pinnock. So it's the fastest way to make a storm go away? Start smithing. Yeah. Harsh truths. Bada bang, bada bang, bada bing, bada bang. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, you know? Alright. Stack you guys up. Oh my. I have a lot of these to deal with here. Go. Alright, we're gonna run and grab a thing of food real quick. Let's go! And a bowl. We need a bowl. Bowl. Check. Wait. Already had a bowl. It's fine. Whatever. And then you, I guess. Run! What tool are we making? None. We are making plates for plate armor. You're assuming I'll have a dedicated smithing area? Yeah, that's the plan. Poopies. I done goofed. Got you guys here too. Alright, so let's get there we go. Nice big meal, awesome. Good for 18 hours, wonderful. And you? 21 hours. Great. So, lesson learned, if you have a lot of food already made in crocks, don't make a lot of pies. Just throw your pumpkins out, I guess, is the lesson I've learned. So you're still heating up. You need some more heat. Yeesh. My goodness. Ooh, here we go. Some more blindingly hot ones. Oh, some more there too. Oh, Calzamar, I didn't see your whole message. What are we making by accident? Nails and strips, which I do not want out of steel. That's a waste. Yep. Did I get that plate? Hope so. Yeah, so yeah, we will be making a dedicated smithing area in the upper and middle levels of the temple, eventually. Sorry for the delayed response there. With the best in armor, I'm from Dresden, China. Oh, that was based on Mr. Lady's D&D armor joke about plates, plate armor. That sounds like a very, like, Beauty and the Beast style kind of thing, you know? Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. I hear ya. I hear ya. I hear you and raise you more wind. Oh. It's still going at a reasonable pace for now. Here is Mr. Lady donning her best melamine plate armor with teacup pauldrons. That actually sounds pretty fun. I would play that. Alright, I think I'll just If these are still hot and we still have a reasonable wind here, we'll go a little bit over beyond 10 o'clock just to finish up what we're doing here. You can solve this with more windmill axles. Yeah, I don't want to do the 8 windmills thing again. See, the smart thing would have been to build this up a bit higher. I mean, notably, we could go up like 50 blocks up, and we'd have gotten a great wind. Like this would probably count as continuous strong breeze, maybe even bordering on a storm. Let's combine you. Average you out to 900 degrees. Oh, come on, keep going. You can do it. It's slowing down even more. No! I'll put one of these in here just since they need to be paired up. Something I haven't done before, though, is so we did break the whatever we made last time by accident down into steel bits with a chisel. What I don't know is, can I just put, you know, the 40 we'd get from these two into a bloomery? And if so, what do we get out? Do we get out steel ingots, or are they blister steel? Come on, pal. Let's do it. Things seem to cool quicker when held in the hand, but that might just be an illusion. Yeah, I don't know. Could be. Oh, now you speed up again. Wonderful. Alright, well, we got pretty far. Let's just put these down here for now. Alright. Before we do that. Off. There we go. There we go. Okay, so get a full stack of that going on. Let's rest real quick. Hey, you've been in it again, Watermelon. Welcome. Welcome back for the last 45 seconds of the stream. Okay, oh, back to a gale wind. Cool. Guess we should have, like, slept and then kept going. Alright, well, we're not going to do that tonight, but we are going to check on this stuff here. Ooh, red ceramic planter, all done. Just very hot. Black planter. Cool. So we need to do all 3 doors open, and we'll do these guys in it. Now, I assume that if I, quote, quench these, they just explode. Oh, you just said that it won't explode into shards. Really? Really? Hey there, Karate Kabloo. Should I buy this game if I like Valheim and building? Yes. Yes. I played Valheim on the channel a long time ago. It was fun, but if you want to build, this game is going to be where it's at for you. So, you like how the stream is ending as you're packing up from the bunnies and going back to the house? Cool. Well, yep, that's going to be it for today's stream, guys. Let me put these away in here, just to clear things out. Boop, boop. Here we go. I'm also going to put the tongs away. Yeah, thanks, wind. Just save money for the game. Awesome. And the good news is, Karate, if you end up not liking the game, the developer has very generous return policy, so you can play it for a couple weeks and be like, it's not really for me. And they'll be like, sure. But guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out and doing some clay forming and some firing with me, and listening to all my wild stories about D&D and German names for periodic elements. I had a great time hanging out with you guys, and hope to do it again soon. But, as always, my name has been Chores. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.